Yo, I just want to let y'all know, bro. They gonna always mute me, man. When I finally start to slip into the meat of the conversation that everybody need to hear, they gonna always try to mute me or dig my location or motherfucking try to pick up an address or something like I'm hiding from these people, but I'm not. If you want to liberate yourself, man, liberation ain't gonna come through this motherfucker Facebook. I'm just gonna be real with y'all, and I'm not finna give y'all I'm not gonna give y'all nothing that you want already got. But I'm gonna tell y'all this: stop all this separating shit. Y'all got too much hate for people that look just like you, just because of how they feel. What people choose to do with their own ass or their own body parts or whatever, that's their thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't judge that. But what we can do is we can make it all right for people to be who they want to be whenever they want to be. That's the whole key. You let us get the power. And when we got the power there, we could motherfucker determine these things about people. Because these people are our family. These people are our peers. So you want to shun nobody that you know, that you grew up with just because they gay or because they this or they that. You wouldn't do that. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say we got to have our own structure. First, you got to all get together first before you can decide who don't need to be there. See what I'm saying? You got to get together so you can know these things. And I'm serious, man. And I'm telling y'all, I'm doing what I do, but I don't promote motherfucking drug use. I don't promote marijuana use. I do what I do, but I got to get my point across to y'all as much as I can. You got to stop the separation. We got to. Y'all women, y'all acting too entitled because y'all hurt. That shit ain't gonna work. Men out here lost because they can't figure out why in the hell this shit don't go together. Men, I don't know about the other folk. It's a lot of motherfucking conditioning that has been done by the separation and giving people a one-sided identity. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be violating me all the time. I'm tired of y'all bumping me and then acting like you not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I know they doing it to all y'all, and then act like it's a mistake, and then you excusing these people. Time to stop. If you're gonna ever be free, you gotta stop apologizing. Ain't nobody apologize to you yet. There's a lot of education y'all need to have. Y'all need to stop titling y'allself what people name you as. Stop taking other people's label. And y'all label yourself. All y'all so caught up in y'all pride and all these different type of things like that y'all don't want to even deal with or face the truth about anything. But I'm here and I don't show no fear. You feel me? But with all the division, we don't get nowhere. And I refuse to let the majority of the ignorant collective place me in a place because so many people choosing to do this. And they say, oh, nigga, you ain't special. What the hell should I goddamn give you your own shit for? And all the rest of these motherfuckers like that. I can whoop your ass by myself. That's what you think. Then you can come on with it. But I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Ain't nobody gonna ever give you no liberation. They ain't gonna never offer it to you. Ain't nobody ever went up to these folks and say, hey bro, you got some extra liberation you can give me? Oh yeah, sure, here. Come on, liberate yourself. Nah, y'all stop playing. Y'all with all this Black Lives Matter shit. Y'all representing all these representatives because of their skin color and shit. And some of these motherfuckers out here, you know, man, just looking at some of the shit that I've been looking at and opening my eyes to a lot of shit. See, a lot of people still conditioned at the time of these documentaries and videos and all these things about the African slave trade wasn't out. But I can see so many people on these videos, man, that's so intelligent and have so much fucking intellect. And still, they can talk like they know exactly when the slave trade started and where they ended up and what dates, and they know all of these things. But then they still say you came over here from Africa. And really and truly, I think that people not really specifying that. You know what I'm saying? The Spanish Inquisition started all of this shit. And that's what forced people upward. That's what forced my people upward. I'm talking about the folks in Spanish West Florida. I ain't talking about all them people, Massachusetts and all them folks up there. The folk came in on Jonestown and 20 some odd niggers, which were women, which were bred with men, to motherfucker make a certain kind of people. You know what I'm saying? But all them folks that were sent over to Sierra Leone and all them places in Africa, you can look it up. January 1st, 1821. Right after they stabbed us in the back after that motherfucker dope stand shit in 1820. It wasn't even 6-7 months. See what I'm saying? And they were telling folks, you can keep your heritage and you can take your ass up there to Oklahoma. Or you can stay your ass down here and be a Christian and do what we tell you to do, because God is made in the image of us, so we can do whatever you want to do. If you don't feel like God with you enough and you strong enough to get your ass up out of here after we took your shit, you stay. See, but a lot of us, we didn't get that memo. See, at one time, all these trees we got right now, you know what I'm talking about? These trees was protecting us. But see, they got something new for these trees. If you notice, man, you go to other people's neighborhoods where they don't have high trees like that, you won't see that many drones and shit. And when I tell you that they out here flying these airplanes over our heads over here to get us comfortable, right? That's what they really doing, right? They flying airplanes over our heads to get us comfortable. And when we stop noticing that shit, and that shit becomes second nature, just like the gunshots that we hear every day, one day something gonna be on one of them motherfuckers. They sit up there and they fly them fucking airplanes around because they measure with math. When you spray that particle dust in the fucking air, which is them little metal flakes that you can see on the hairs of your fucking arms and shit, if you can really look at your body, it's particle dust. Particle dust can be controlled by the 5G, the nanohertz or whatever the shit is, and it's like these nanoparticles, and all of these things, they combine in they different shapes and different types of particles that when you get a certain amount of this shit on your skin, like when you look at your skin, you can see it. Like when you scratch it, sometimes you'll see them look like they be piercing on the inside of your skin, and it's getting inside of your skin. They got lead in your water, a lead in your shower. They just try to make you a big old piece of aluminum foil or a big conductor. And see, when you put that frequency to it, then that frequency can modify and change the perspectives of things, attitudes, feelings, emotions, all of these different type of things. Now, they sit over here, they fly them airplanes so low to the ground over here. And, we got the air base over there. But see, I'm an intuitive person. And then also, I'm an intelligent person. And I know that when you come to an old place like this, you see what I'm saying? This is an old historical place. That's why a tree's so big. Some of these trees like 1,000 years old, and they reaching way up to the sky. But when you constantly fly them little airplanes over these trees, lower and lower, them vibrations and that sonic thrust from them airplanes is shaking the root, it's shaking the fucking hollows of those trees up there. So in actuality, when they constantly keep flying that shit around over the top of your house, doing 35 laps in that airplane, that centrifugal force or that pressure from that airplane flying so low is shaking them trees until them trees fall down on your fucking house or fall down, period. So then they don't have to cut them down, and then hopefully you'll lose your house too. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all got to pay attention. These folks keep hitting y'all and then say, oh shit, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Now, everybody should have enough common sense to know that if I got a 1,000-year-old tree in my yard, and at the top of that tree, this airplane fly 100 feet away from the top of that tree, and it just fly around that tree in circles. That force is fucking vibrating that tree to the point where it's losing its motherfucking ground or whatever, whichever word. But man, look, we seeing shit every day. Like this dude, right? This police officer, I ain't never seen him. I'm the ambassador of the 300 block of my fucking street. You see what I'm saying? The fucking mayor. You feel me? I keep up with everything. I walk up and down the street all day, all fucking night. I'm observing on feet. You see what I'm saying? I ain't never seen this goddamn nigga. All of a sudden I come outside, this nigga outside sitting by my goddamn truck, just sitting in his car and goddamn wrote up all kind of shit. And then stuck a stick on my window. Now I come outside, to see what the business is. You know what I mean? He want to start asking me these motherfucking questions like I'm his silver servant and shit. You know how I be rocking anyway though. So, real and true, for him to even do that, you know what I'm saying? He violate my natural laws, he violate my civil liberties, he already violates so many other things by even doing it. And then you violate me as a man by coming to my house and not only saying that my car is this, but it's junked. I mean, but my tag ain't even expired. But it's junked, and you can classify my shit what you want it to be. But I can't call you a bitch ass nigga. I can't call you what I want you to be though, right? So, I'm looking at these things, and then I'm listening to the questions that he asked me, and then after he get to the meat of it, I'm like, bro, well, why in the fuck couldn't you get out the car and ask me like a man about this? Why would you sit here and say, oh, don't you know this and don't you know that? Don't you ask me none of that shit, because I don't understand nothing about none of you motherfuckers, especially, and I had a feeling it was going to be the blackest motherfucking nigga on the goddamn police force that were going to try me. But see, that's y'all egos. See, that ego gonna get you cut the fuck up. You better act like you one of us. Because I love you until you show me you don't like me. And then I want your ass out of here. But I'm going to tell y'all like this. See, my car, it's just been there. But now it's a van right down the street now. That van was there before I left and went to Texas. You didn't put one sticker on it. You didn't touch nothing, but you told me, yeah, you was doing that to every car in the street. I walked around the whole block yesterday and the day before. No other sticker. Just me. So you singled me out. See, but now, I'm going to tell you like this. See, that's called a fighting clause. And it can only be retained by combat. I don't need no lawyer to protect me when I know you fucking me over. I need to get on your motherfucking ass. So I keep stating my declaration to y'all, man. And I keep letting people know, and not to be rude and not as threats. I'm a peaceful person, man. And I love the Creator and everything the Creator has created. But under no circumstance would I let anything hurt me or, hamper my right to have anything on this earth that any other human being can have. You know what I mean? In my pursuit of happiness or You know, happiness is a state of mind, but whatever, you know. But, you know, we all have aspirations and we all have dreams that we want to aspire to have. But yet and still, we can go back and we can look at the past and we can see that when the Affordable Housing Act came along, that it was actual people who was standing up there and was saying they was going to have higher, you know, rates on homes and stuff like that. So people was getting home, but then people who was mixing with us and calling themselves us was getting incentives because of the other percentage of the group, haplo, I don't know, whatever was in them, you know. So right there, you were hampered. You got the opportunity, but you had to be just a little bit harder than everybody else just to be equal. But now, the 14th Amendment protects everybody that's on the ground over here. You know what I'm saying? So, the 13th gonna make you a slave. But the 14th, keep it right. But that's only if you abiding and you following their laws, man. For the individual, man, them laws and them police supposed to be here for the people who ain't got no damn sense, who don't know right and wrong. Not for the natural man. It was never supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be no police. Police came from the paddy rollers. You remember we used to have paddy wagons back in the day when they used to have, when Glad and Big Shirley and them and all them used to be out there. See what I'm saying? They used to have a paddy wagon. Some place they used to call it the booty house. But see, the paddy wagon was what the paddy rollers had. So they would ride around and they would go get their runaway slaves or whatever. You know, and they ride around to make sure that all of their people got their paperwork. You can't be walking in the woods without your paperwork and all this old type of shit. See, that's what them people are. You see what I'm saying? They even had the same start. They just probably put another point or two on it or something like that. But, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter what wing, is the same bird, just like David Banner said. But, I'll be wanting to enlighten you without frightening you, but I seen all the different types of drones and shit. Man, I had one come over me, man, fly right over my head one day. Like right here, over the top of my house, like right here. And then it flew like, you know, what's that, north, you know, kind of northern, right in my face. And like when it was coming down a little bit more, it got these little lights on it, like kind of look like the little speaker line thing. I guess that's how you could tell if it's going down and to the right or some shit like that, I guess. But I be observing these things, man. You know, I'm a real analytical person. And I be observing these things. Then I be really wondering what's the purpose, because they be so active. And then you got so many layers of these things. Maybe one of them, like the highest up, they're like the basis. Like maybe they use something like maybe it's something like a tower up there, like a solar tower or something. But I know some of these damn drones got, I know all of these drones have this thing called LiDAR system because I got money invested in the company. And all of these drones have to have these things. But a lot of these drones that's in the sky, I think the ones that are higher up above the clouds, like they have like some kind of infrared rays or some shit like that, and they shoot them into things. They can shoot electrical pulses into things, and they like shock rain clouds and shit like that. And man, look, I just look like this, I'm telling you. And I'm not saying none of this to scare you, because just like I told y'all in the beginning, if the Creator is with you, can't nobody be against you. So you should be fearing all these things. But that's why I be saying folk got to be right. You got to be right when you dealing with people with technology like this, and people that's, you know, studied you for, you know, hundreds of years, man. They studied all the different type of characteristics of you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay attention, man. The art of war, man. Silent weapon for silent wars. And I'm gonna give props out to my boy Papa Duck, man, for giving me them words. I already knew what it was. He just put a lot of words into a small context, man. But the light workers out here, man, we got to be busy. Y'all folks, y'all got to stop being stagnant and shit like that, because y'all gonna go over there and y'all gonna go join LGBT. They're gonna give you everything you want. Y'all gonna go over there, y'all gonna join the feminist group. They're gonna give you everything you want. They're gonna do all that shit, and then they're gonna destroy every strong motherfucker. And then when they do that, they're gonna say, fuck you motherfuckers. And then they're gonna be number weak motherfuckers who sold their own people out, begging to be somebody else, because they're gonna try to, when we all weak, and you can take out the ones, the ones that cause the problem. And then ain't nothing but soft motherfuckers around. Shit, it's time to make babies again then. See, but y'all don't even want to do that. Y'all don't even realize just all the unnatural shit that's been happening to us. You know what I'm saying? Man, they put mercury and shit in our mouths as feelings and shit, man. Do you know what that shit did to a lot of us? See, it's a lot of things, man. Y'all really got to, like how y'all look up these designers and how these designers got killed and what they about. See, y'all gotta look up shit like, y'all gotta look up shit like that about yourselves and about the things that you imbibe in, man. Y'all really do. I can't love you like that for you. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got to do that. As much as y'all wash y'all car, vacuum your car, keep your clothes clean, shave your face. Y'all do so much for the outside of your bodies. But the inside of y'all bodies is in trouble. All of these different companies are invested in this particle dust type shit. And it's different particle dust. And it's all controlled by this little CMOS little thing, man. And they can make fucking devices on a fucking molecular level, man. And like, y'all watch movies while y'all read and shit. So sometimes, that's how they kind of desensitize people to technology and shit. So when you hear it in person, it kind of throw you off. Especially when you're hearing it from somebody like me, because that's another part of the condition. I shouldn't have this. I go through a lot of shit in my life because I shouldn't be this. I should know what I know. I shouldn't feel what I feel. And I always felt it. But I want y'all to love y'allselves like y'all love all this other shit. I want y'all to love yourselves enough to, when I say something, you don't have to, just don't immediately deny it. First, you go and check for yourself, because you being hard-hearted when you just deny it and you don't want to look at it, because you don't want to know the truth, because you're comfortable in the places that you are placed. But freedom is so much better. We won't have to have LGBT and feminism and all of that if we had our own, because we won't have to judge each other. This is not us judging each other. It's other people judging us and instilling the thought that we should judge others into our mind, and they stop judging us, and we start doing it on autopilot, and then they say, oh, now you can't judge people no more. You see what I mean? At one time, you go to hell if you're in church and you're gay. But people always been like that. But that's things that people have within their privacy of their own home. But when you start letting people come out, and just because you can be there and you can go in the grocery store and it's two girls or two guys kissing, and it's supposed to, and they force you to say, look at this like it's natural. Look at it like it's a man and a woman. And you telling adults this, but to a child's mind, man, you damaging that child and you confusing that child. So in that manner is the reason why I say all of that shit is evil. And I be feeling like you violating my natural laws. You violating everything I stand for by publicly doing it. If you see me out and I'm with my kids, or some everybody hadn't seen that. This is some new thing that people just doing just so they can piss people off. They're like, now we can be out in the public. Didn't nobody stop y'all from being in the public in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Didn't nobody ever do that. And it's the same with women. Y'all act like it was a time when men was holding y'all down, and now y'all finally get up. Y'all get white privilege and you turn your back on your own man and say, you don't need no nigga now. Shit, you ain't never had now. They ain't never gave us an opportunity to do shit. And then they control y'all, and then we do whatever y'all want us to do because they telling y'all what to do. A lot of people not going for that no more. And I don't understand why people ain't understood this system. And I be looking at this like the logic of this. The people, if the G is in you, like the G is in me, and the G is in she just as well as he, and we are unit, we have the same blood, and being a G that don't make you a thug. It may be a 7 because that rhyme with heaven, but heaven is mental. That makes it a plus. That's 1, 8. And these rhymes are a mirror. I can't say it no clearer. I need you to know that the G's is us. G's us. So, if you God's child, like everybody waiting on God's son to come back to do something that you don't want to do, but you just found out that you God's son for real, and you still don't want to do shit. So the people 4 generations from me, back to 1790 maybe, because they work fast, maybe back to 1790, they was waiting on the Jesus. The people right after that, they was waiting on one. And it was right there amongst them. It was them. They was waiting on it. It didn't come. They had kids. They was waiting on it. It didn't come. At what point are you going to realize that it is you? You're going to have to realize it's you. If you want anything in return, you have to return. The earth is just responding to the shit that you're putting down. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I ain't trying to be boastful on nobody or stand up above or below nobody, definitely, but I'm just saying, we have to be aware of these things. This look like them planes spray them things in the air, right? They sprayed in the daytime. And if you look in the sky, you can see where they sprayed it, right? So if they spray it at a certain time, if you know the weight of it, and you know how the air is blowing, and you can project the trajectory of these things, right? So when you do that, like say I could put it up and I could spray the sky over a place at 5 o'clock this afternoon, and I know because of the weight and mass and all of these things and the wind velocity, because I got things checking it in real time, I know because of this exactly what time this particle dust will fall. And it's going to be dark outside. When it falls, you won't even see it. You can't see it. And you standing right in it. It's in your hair. It's getting in your skin. It's getting on your skin. It's getting on your hairs. And it's a technology that moves. It moves. And some of the shit look like little lint, dust. Some of them look like little thin hexagon plates. Like if you ever get real hot and you get heated, you get a razor blade and don't cut yourself. Just scrape it against the grain on your arm and look what you see. And that shit to be like, it's shit out here that's really covering our skin. And I guess it might take so many parts of this stuff in order to be able to manipulate an idea or a thought or a muse or some things like this. Or maybe it's other components that's in other things that are added to these things. Because like I said, I think it's like at the last time I checked, it was like 5 or different kind of particles. And man, when you see what this mRNA nanoparticle shit does, man, and how these little things go in and they just go, and whatever instructions that they give them to fix, they can just go in and go to a little sac, and they can just take protein out of this sac, and it just travel down a little nerve, and it walk with fucking legs and pick up shit and go take it somewhere else and go drop it off and give that to this, and then another particle comes from this and it adds to this, and then it turns this, and this does a totally different job at the same time. Hey man, look, I can go on and on about this shit, man, but I just be trying to spread this shit out in different ways, man, to just let people know. You know, it was 1820 the last time they tried this shit. They out here, they playing with them airplanes, they flying them airplanes over them high trees, and you could be riding around as hot as it is out here. You could just hit them trees just falling for no reason. No wind blowing and nothing, trees just falling. And they hollowing them trees out and they beating them trees up. And a lot of them trees is over people's houses and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Really and truly, that's like reckless endangerment. But you know, the people who make the laws are the people who allow these things to happen, so it's not illegal. The people who make the laws, they get to break the laws because they feel like the laws are supersede them. But what I'm saying is the people who agreed to them things, they dead and gone. And I ain't the people. And y'all should be them people because your people were them people. Your people know was uneducated. Your people know was taught another language and they was confused by the quadrupolar meaning of all of these different words. And how nice can mean so much good and so much bad at the same time. And see, nobody never understood the ups and the up is the down and the down is the up and vice versa. Because it sounds like it's too confusing, or it sounds like somebody trying to give you a riddle or something you had to think about. But then you always had to think about yourself, your health. You got kids out here. It's going to be out here when you gone. If you ain't protecting them now, you just sitting on your ass just taking money and shit. Like, man, this shit going to be all right, man. Jesus going to come back and he going to fix all this shit. Boy, your kids going to be fucked up just like we fucked up. Because there were folks just like us before us that said the same shit, and folks like them before them that said the same thing. To be free is natural. To have to adjust to a rule that makes you uncomfortable is idiocracy in all its splendor. I better ask somebody about me. I always been this me. I don't do this because everybody else is collective. If I see y'all being self-destructive, I'm not gonna self-destruct because that's what everybody else doing, so I don't have to hear y'all complaining to me about why you not self-destructing? Why you sitting over there looking like this and doing this and having this and that, and we over here doing this? But if you pay attention, only them people who told y'all that y'all got to have all of this to survive is the ones that's really going through it. The only thing I go through is the mental destruction of my people, and how you try to uplift people without doing it where they feel like you trying to, you know, you trying to make them feel something. That's that woman treating these guys, man. They don't got no harmony. You know what I mean? Everybody, they'll kill you if you hurt their feelings. They'll kill you in the public if you hurt their feelings. Y'all can't be like that, man. We all hurt, bro. We all hurt. But you can't take it out on your neighbor because your neighbor hurt too. You see what I'm saying? Your neighbor hurt too. So what do we do to get out of these situations? What we do to get out of these situations and how we fix these situations if we stop doing what the fuck we doing. Stop loving all this other stuff and love ourselves, man. I say it in all my music, man, material is to build with, not to worship and praise. We got to get on the move because we got children to raise. You know what I mean? So, man, you can sit up and you can wait when y'all been more gangster than people have ever been in the history of America. But y'all been gangster to other people. They just don't advertise it on TV because that might motivate y'all and y'all might see that it's okay. And they not Ivan Drago. And you can strike one and he gonna bleed too. But this is not about fighting. You got to have a defense strategy. You got to be able to protect your community. You know, but it's not about fighting. It's only about fighting when people won't allow you to have what you desire. That's when it's about fighting. That's when it's a problem. When you infringe something on me and tell me what I can't do, I see red. I don't care what the can't is. You can't tell me I can't do nothing. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. It's your choice. It's what you choose. Can you handle the reaction of the action? Everything is a response. And just remember that the earth responds to you. And you as an individual, right in that part of the galaxy, right where you are, the earth responds to you. You can change it or you can keep it the same. You can live in fear. But just like Jay Prince said, you know, fear ain't of God. You know what I'm saying? So that'll let you know right there that you could be conquered. If you want to preserve your life when we living to die, but we got to live and die the way that we die, what the fuck are you preserving? Man, if you don't get this shit right for these kids and let these folks know that we not finna be playing with y'all and it's in us. See, y'all can keep on going out here and these folks out here, man, a lot of these folks, they ain't even your blood type, man. A lot of these folks ain't even your blood. And y'all mixing with them and y'all getting separated from the blood. And then in the next 20 generations, y'all gonna be just like them. But see, with people like me, them people just like them, they gonna be fucked up in the next 20 generations if we keep going. Because I'm tired of people having to be like this. Why can't white people just come up and say, hey, bro, okay, we sorry about all the shit, bro. You know, yeah, okay, y'all royal blood and y'all the original people. So when we get sick and shit kill us, we had to come to y'all, but then after we did all the shit we did to y'all, we don't know if y'all really gonna help us, and we still cocky with white privilege. So we don't want to have to be in the option of accepting whether you're gonna say yes or no. That means I'm at your mercy, but you should be at my mercy. You don't even want to do it, and that's that white privilege that was instilled in a lot of people. But yet and still, they break the people, and the people worship this money. So now, they got us killing each other. They steal your organs and all that shit and giving it and selling to motherfuckers anyway on the black market. You see what I'm saying? They betting on you. They gonna get money on the black market on one side, and they gonna get money on the prison on the other side. They betting on you. And we staying in this game and we gambling and we knowing exactly what they doing, but yet we sitting in it like, hope they don't see me. Hope somebody see. That's coward shit, bro. That coward shit. Real shit. I'd rather die a soldier than live a coward. Know what I'm talking about? See how y'all be selling folks out for material shit. Get your HUD certificates, get your food stamps, get you some free housing. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers getting on child support They put niggas on child support that they put in prison for trying to take care of their family on their own. Now it's motherfuckers who got up under the lady after she just sat there and got money with this nigga, count the nigga money and everything. But now she ain't got that no more. And now she is addicted to that lifestyle. So now when these folks tell her, I'm gonna keep your lifestyle up, goddamn put that motherfucker on that child support. Now he on child support in prison. How in the fuck can he support a child from prison? See what I'm saying? Man, it's some psychological shit they got folks going through out here. And then folks see this shit as logic, because this is the shit that we supposed to go through. And it's not, man. What up, D? Yeah, it's not. You know what I'm saying? They cut my last video off and try to motherfucking scam a little shit or whatever. But I don't care, man. I really don't care. What I will not do is I will not talk strategy on here. If y'all feel like y'all got to talk to me or talk about shit like that on Facebook, whether Facebook Messenger, or you got to write things to me and you got a mouth, or you got a car and you can see me, do that. Because all the other shit, it be making me feel like I can't trust a lot of y'all, man. Like a lot of y'all will say y'all sold for that jelly roll and y'all send me down through the... I'd have bitches. That's how they come at you, too. It be motherfuckers that look just like you, too. It be motherfuckers that be right up under you. They catch them, hook them on them drugs, and then manipulate them to do shit to people that they'll never do shit to. That's why I can't trust people. That's why I feel like everybody got a motive. I can tell y'all some stories, and I can prove to you that it ain't no coincidence on how they be playing these women and all these folk that don't really motherfucking be trying to advertise on motherfucking shit. And when they put themselves out there with a motherfucker like me, they gonna have all these psychological hard times because they gonna feel like a motherfucker mind strong enough to manipulate me to submit myself. And all of you niggas out there is going up there taking motherfucking coronavirus shit because of that girl you like and she started talking to you. Man, that bitch working for the Fed. You better cut that bitch off. Or you better play that bitch accordingly. Y'all goddamn, y'all think with y'all dick too much. All y'all want some big booty and all that type of shit. Anybody that tell you, look, you better trust vaccine over the creator that created your motherfucking ass. You an old blood type. You don't deserve anything anyway. And you just need to let us know what kind of weak ass niggas you is. So y'all can have y'all own little section. Because we don't need niggas like y'all around these new men that we need to be raised. Because these one with the halter tops and shit, with the motherfucker tight pants on, goddamn, we'll have to get them some goddamn fatigue pants and motherfucking some other shit. Because I'm tired of all this foolishness that we going through and we all just acting like nothing is happening. We're not doing anything. We just standing still and we think that we being attacked and they charging you extra on shit. But you don't know how much if they're even charging anybody for anything. We don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? We just know what they say. We put the colors on the spectrum and let them assign the work. So it's like, I can come up to you and I can have a doctor in front of my name, man. I can walk up to you and see you and say, hey, man, I was looking at that little bump on your hand, man, right there, man. Look like you got stage 4 cancer 3, Lamustomastocaloctopus. And you be like, what? What? For real? For real? Oh, shit, for real? See, you just took a dude's word, man. That dude ain't been in you. He don't know anything about you. He don't know nothing. But you take these people's words and you let people see things in you that you can't even see in yourself. And then you wonder, where's the beginning of the problem? These are the things that I don't understand about us. This is not men shit we doing. Being submissive to a loose woman, that ain't no man shit. A woman to tell you she can have any man she want. What the fuck is you with her for? You see what I'm saying? It's too many unprotected women out here that need real men that's willing to to make the man she want. And that man that she looking for got the perfect love for her. Because love ain't no definite design, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to make love in their own kind of way. And the kind of way you make love is the way you feel. You get that motherfucker to Frankie Beverly and Maze. You feel me? It's an individual thing. But see, y'all got to sit down first and you got to discuss what love is to you. And then you got to motherfucker know if you ever had love. Because a lot of people out here giving shit that they ain't got. And they calling it love, but that ain't love. That's just what you know it to be. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to unlearn before y'all can motherfucking be able to learn. You know what I'm saying? Just like they say on Last Dragon. There's one place that you have not looked, and it is there and only there where you shall find the master. You feel me? So if you want to glow, you got to go. You can't stand there and say, man, I ain't trying to get in this shit. Man, look, we got kids that's coming after us. If you care anything about them, because you know these folks don't give a shit about none of us. You know it. You done seen some of the videos and you done seen the things that they doing to us today. You see easily they care nothing. And if it's nobody like us that's willing to stand up there and say, oh no, I'm not gonna agree with him because he got all the benefits and he can put me in this place and he can do this with his money. Man, look, money didn't get you this land. Your people from here, you autochthonous. You from here. This is yours. You entitled to it. All of it. Land, air, water, and seed is yours. But we pay for it. We pay for it. And it's people that they came in, they infringed things down and told people shut the fuck up and don't say nothing and you can keep your shit. But don't you tell them new niggas who the fuck y'all is. Don't say nothing. If you tell them new niggas anything, you better be telling them niggas about Jesus. And that's it. Or we gonna goddamn put your ass back on the back burner. People be out here playing and it ain't what it look like. You know what I'm saying? I know people that look like me, man. I know people that look like you. And they Caucasians. They classify the Caucasians. You feel me? What they tell you. What they had to do. What you got to do to be a black Caucasian. You know them Africans? They classify a lot of Africans as Caucasians as well. You see what I'm saying? The Africans are the new black Americans. If you're not paying attention to it, you're going to miss it. See, that's how you taking people from one continent and you put them in another continent. And it's the same thing that they did to us to take us from our culture by you get the kids and you take the kids immediately away from the parents and the culture and you take them to a total different place where they just around the kind of people that they want to control them. Then they have no identity. They have no sense of self. They have no sense of anything. So anything that you prove to them, you got to fight to them. You got to fight with them to make them believe anything otherwise, because that's how they was raised. It's systematic. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things that has to be done, but it can be done so easily if all you do is just unlearn everything you learn. I can't say 1789 to Spanish West Florida enough. Osaka, Mississippi. 1789, Jesse Redmond. First time niggas ever knew Jesus. And it would have fooled the shit out of me because I would have thought niggas knew Jesus for, if niggas been here 6,000 years, I thought they knew him the whole time. Israel, 1946. I'm about to talk about Morocco. And don't nobody want to talk about the alluvial region. Nobody want to talk about Spanish West Florida. Don't nobody talk about this shit. Don't nobody talk. Look up the history of Spanish West Florida. not the history of Mississippi, because that was like, what, 1812. You know, them folks had just got here. I told you they moved fast. And they turned this shit into motherfucking 82 counties so quick. They cut that shit up like it was a cow. You got lines everywhere. They put lines all in between people, tributary areas. And it was agreements that people made, and they went null and void on the agreements and killed the people. And then ain't nobody to fucking stand up and claim they shit back because they break them down and take them from their culture when all this shit yours. Your people, the man, had to buy this shit no way, and slavery didn't buy this shit. Slavery got this shit took. Don't get your motherfucking self twisted. I just look like this. I'm surprised they ain't cut me off this time too. But I'm gonna keep on going since they want to cut it off whenever they want to. I'm just gonna let y'all know that your head should be in here. Because you are being hit. And they gonna wait until everybody else buy up the supply, or y'all dumb ass get through shooting up 55,000 AK bullets in the sky. See, because they sitting up here and they watching and they analyzing y'all. And they seeing y'all motherfuckers out here shooting. They seeing who going up here doing all this wild shoot. They know who the ignorant motherfuckers is with the gun. They know who the intelligent motherfuckers is. But see, one thing they don't know is they don't know what you thinking. They don't know what you got going on. They don't know what your part in any of that is. So they got to keep an eye on you when everybody else is moving and you still. And they know you more deadlier than the people that's actually out here killing people. They got to watch you. They got to watch you. You see what I'm saying? They got to watch you. It's like these other motherfuckers, the other 99 sheep, they out here fucking up. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep that. We got to keep that one that got sense. See, my granddaddy was that one too. See, my daddy was that one too. See what I'm saying? Like, it's genetic. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to tell y'all this. Before my grandmama's side was Jackson, they were Turners. So you think about that. And then you think about how they told you the stories about Florida and all these type of things before a certain time, when I just told you that Florida was a different thing in entirety. At that time, Florida could have been anywhere in between the alluvial region all the way over to the Panhandle. You see what I'm saying? But it seemed like immediately, them Turners got up out of there. That name changed from Turner so fast. It might be that old gnat in the motherfucker, boy. Motherfucker might have some of that gnat. That old gnat. But now look, let me tell y'all like this. You got to, it ain't gonna be no way for you to find out who you are, because they made sure they put so much stuff up under that you would never figure it out. And that's the whole trick I learned about, you know, my first learning. You toggle and tie yourself up so much in trying to figure out a path on biblical creatures and stuff that were just created out of idea and analogy and metaphorically speaking, you know, and we tie ourselves up so much in the past that we can't even see the future. So we out here arguing about if Shem and Ham and all these other idiot ass niggas that niggas didn't even know. And I got my own brothers out here wearing dresses and wearing purple and shit with old blood type that sit out here and disrespect my nation and disrespect my tribe and culture to glorify their shit, and then they think they can stand on my block. I tell this motherfucker, I say, I'm Chop Top. He say, what you say, you Chop Top? But you sitting there with a fucking dress on with some fucking chiffons on it. Boy, I tell your motherfucking God, I don't like you niggas because you niggas with division. You think everybody else who have to be in a constructive to believe. You a fucking idiot. And you gonna chase yourself into the hell that you motherfucking running from. ganging up with stupid motherfuckers like that. You don't need no group to believe you are an individual. Now, everybody, come on, y'all. We're going to go stand on the corner. We're going to go wear our purple dresses, go look like Super Saiyans. And we're going to go out here. We're going to tell people about the new black Jesus. And how Jesus died for our sins and all us came over here on a slave ship like the Carnival Cruise Line. Even though they took it out the books and had to tell us it's a lie, we still propagate that same lie because it's in our biblical text, in our biblical scriptures, and we got to keep our biblical scriptures, right? So you know if that was modified and tailored to that, then you know that that shit is modified and tailored to motherfucker encapsulate you. And that's why I say y'all can't see me. I don't do denominations. Denominations, y'all cool, but all that coming out this way and trying to get people to join y'all and shit, ain't none of that going on. Ain't none of that going on. Y'all ain't getting no more of my people. Then y'all sit up here and then you just gonna put some black paint on the Jesus face and still tell the same goddamn stories. But then you wanna disrespect my culture and you wanna disrespect my nature. That's why every time I see y'all, I get out there and wreck y'all. And then all y'all can do is get on that mic and then your best boy, Tissy Papa ass friend, say the verse and you fucking read it, but then you always reading from Deuteronomy, always talking about God knew you and God created you first, and I just sat here and told you old blood type is the fucking origin, and all these people who get sick have to come back to old blood type because we can get them new sicknesses and they won't kill us. So then they get the shit from us. Y'all ain't learned nothing from Henrietta Lacks. Y'all ain't learned nothing from none of that shit. They making billions and trillions of dollars off your ass while they tell you a goddamn just a sorry ass nigga that don't mean shit to nobody in this fucking world. We just sitting out here, they like, we'll wipe our ass with gods out here. And y'all comfortable with that, but you want to try me. I can't expect it. This shit is not from no racist standpoint. By all means, I promise you it's not. Because a lot of these new folks, they don't even know about how much they starting to learn now in the information age, but it's shameful for they. You think they folk would have came up to them and said, oh yeah, baby, you know, we made, you know, you live nice today and you got all this stuff because we hung niggas and cut niggas' dicks off and we took niggas' lands and made them do this and we told them they was Africans and now goddamn it, they don't want to leave our house and we still got slaves in 2009 and shit. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, they didn't tell them no shit like that. That's embarrassing. Now that these people are supposed to be wholesome people today and they gentle people and all of these type of things, but they old as fuck. But they taught them kids that same shit, and some of them kids was sitting out there watching them hang them motherfuckers when they were little babies. And you don't think them motherfuckers traumatized? Some of them subconsciously traumatized, and then a lot of them motherfuckers had to do their little old Norse witchcraft and all that old motherfucking shit them folk brought over here from Italy, you know what I'm saying? With the little goddamn little bag with the two little lines on it and shit like that. You know, it kind of like something like a voodoo-like type shit, but it ain't voodoo though. It's some other shit. You be get your hair and wrap it up on some thorns and all of that kind of shit like that. You know, that shit came from the motherfucking Italians, and they were doing that shit to, it was in the Spanish Inquisition and shit, man, and you know, it was a lot of things they were doing in the light, but then they were doing other things in the dark too, and these other people, they got dark cultures, and they do dark things, they extract things from us, and they always felt like this about us. If you still got that old blood, you a motherfucker. But now, they need you more than they need anything. They need you. They know who we is. That's why they put the plasma centers right over here. Then they keep us broke so we can run up in there. We can be talking about liberation. Yeah, we're going to stop doing all this and we're going to stop doing that. But first I got to go over here to the plasma center and go donate this plasma. I'm at my $50 a day. You know what I'm talking about? You want that money. But you just want the money to buy or rent some shit that's already yours. These folks be coming over here talking about, yeah, you ain't pay your bills. We seen that you didn't pay your bills, and they way somewhere else in a whole nother state, country somewhere. Yeah, well, we finna come take it. And y'all just move out. stupid ass nigga. That's how they raise y'all. If you put in on some shit and you been investing on a motherfucking house and you put in on a house for fucking 30, you been paying on a house for 30 years, and on the 32nd year, after you done paid motherfucking 1,128, 1,128% interest on the house, they're gonna say, oh no, we finna take that, you can't have that, and you gonna move out. That's a problem though. See, that's what they always taught you. When shit get bad, run. But you think you run into a better place, but you not. It's the same place, and it's what you make it. They gonna dilapidate it. They gonna tear it up, and then they gonna make it seem like it ain't worth nothing, and then they gonna make you run away from it, and then when you come back 10 years from now, it's gonna be skyscrapers and all kind of luxury shit and all kind of shit. You give away your shit out of ignorance, and they got them manipulate you with the money and a triangulation tactic. These folk master dark psychology and shit like that, man. Shit, these folks created the idea of narcissists. And I mean, when I mean it, I mean like the dude in the, in their little book or whatever, But no matter how much you read out a book, it's still limited education, and you can get into motherfucking CeeLo Green right there. So I talk to God in person, and I ask for what I seek. I ain't ask for no money. I ain't ask for him to change a heart or a mind or a thought about me to somebody else. That's just like a witchcraft too. Why would I want to change why would I want to change your perception? Why would I want to change the way you do something? You know what I mean? What does that do? I mean, is it hurting me so much that you're different from me? Or is it anything that I could learn from somebody with a different perspective? Is it maybe a purpose that two people that are polar opposite can come together and have an intuitive thought as one on an idea to create something new? Is there so much impossibility, or can we not expound that far? Can we not go that far with our minds? How much of our minds do we actually use? Man, I could go on and on all day, man. But this right here, man, it's a lot of things y'all need to know. And this ain't the place to do it. And we got to talk. All my people, man, I want to sit down, man. I want to talk. And to all of y'all folks in the legislature and all of y'all government people, if you want to talk, I'll talk too. Because I got some words for y'all. You know what I mean? I got some real words for y'all. I got some real questions for y'all on why y'all do some shit. I seen a lot of shit. I did $20-30 million worth of work for you motherfuckers when I was down there locked up in your prison for a charge that wasn't even mine. That was for some other nigga that you just put my name on, that stayed on Cohee Street and gave me a social security number and everything. And then people tell me I gotta get a lawyer to fix some shit that somebody already fixed. Man, I got down here, man, them folks let me go, man. That nigga Peanut said, yeah. That nigga probably did it. Right there behind the thing, and the lady said, the man said, don't do nothing with that. We finna put some shit together. And sure as shit stink, they put some shit together right on me. Every time I went to them folks, man, try to tell them folks were fucking me over, and they'd go up there, and they'd go and speak on my behalf. Next thing you know, them folks got a better job somewhere. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody looking out for nobody. Man, folks tell you get a lawyer to fix things that they know is wrong. You know what I mean? Man, I had this judge, man, come back from retirement. He came out of retirement and took my case from Tommy Green gave me like 89 years and then retired again. Y'all be playing out here, man. Man, them folks know who we is, and they gonna give you a hard time. And it's always meant for you to have a hard time because they don't need you out here. They don't need you people who willing to step outside the lines of what they say you should and what you shouldn't do to be able to survive. Because if you don't step out the line, then you these same people that's out here struggling and crying and taking vaccines right now and don't know what to do. See, but all of us, we had to go through prison and be locked down and be really without and see real people turn real fake on us. You know, we had to go through all that and take all these licks and charges before we realized it. And we come back and try to tell y'all, and they just tell y'all, them niggas don't know shit. They ain't nothing but some convicts. It's a cold game out here, baby. You know. But we just do what we do and we live how we live. But that shit, it got to come to a time where we got to stop this. We got to stop this shit. Because for a man, it ain't no man shit. I don't know about nobody else or what nobody else's idea or plan is. But as for me, if y'all want any parts, any of that, I ain't with your group. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. This shit ain't doing it for no money. Y'all shouldn't be getting together. Motherfuckers is light workers getting together on Facebook with celebrity people to get likes on Facebook while you talk about structure and strategy and economics where it's open to the public where everybody can see it. Like these folks ain't been picking our minds on Facebook and Instagram and MySpace for new ideas. And you could get it to T-Mo for new ideas for years. But how can we escape this system when it's locked into our focused memory, and that's how we know and that's how we grow? Yeah. But like I say, man, it's all around you, man. You know what I'm saying? The future is one step ahead of you. You can stand still on what you used to, or you can stand on what defines you. And you can't let nobody honey you over with no words and convince you that how you feel and your identity is not right. You can't let nobody judge that for you. If you let somebody judge that for you, you don't deserve it. When you become aware, when you have the individual, I'm gonna even say civilized thought. You're supposed to be able to own and control, and you're supposed to get back everything you lost. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want nothing but what you're getting. And that's scary to me, because I want more. I don't want what can be. What could be spared and given to me just because it's too much of it. I want what I desire as I move through this life. Not saying I want to go over and see you with something and take something, because I wouldn't take nothing from you, because I wouldn't want nobody taking nothing from me. It's a universal thing. You don't do stuff to people. There ain't no biblical shit. You don't rob people if you don't want nobody robbing you. It's simple and plain. But what we do out here, what do we do? You know what I'm saying? What do? We do nothing. So we're in these emotional states where when our feelings hurt, now that we got Facebook and Facebook say, what's on your mind? Now you just get on Facebook and you just cry. Ain't no movement in it. Y'all want to go march and boycott, but then turn around and the same shit you burn up and tear up, you go buy it right back. And then I got stock invested in it because I know you're going to do it. I try to stop you from doing it, but you're going to do it anyway. So, and it's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's about trying to create an economic system for me and my people. But you got to be worthy of it. I told motherfuckers, man, I will not build a bridge and then get to the other side and send a boat back for nobody. I'm not saying believe in me. I told y'all from the beginning, don't believe in me. You got to believe in yourself, but you got to believe that you are the creator. That's why the future is one step ahead. They say life is just ahead, but it's here we dwell. That's Earth Gang. Get shouts out to Earth Gang for that one. But look, it's right there. All you gotta do is step into it. Are you scared? We want to keep our heads down, but we want to try each other. We want to take out our aggression on each other, like each other is the weakest link. Man, I am what I am because the Creator is love, man. You give everybody a second chance, but you don't give them a second chance to fuck you out. You give them a second chance just to make it right and say, look, I was young and I was dumb and I did some stupid shit, but we adults now and it's over with. Kill them past emotions and all that shit that you fucking creating in your mind or shit that was behind you. We got so much shit from behind us that we not willing to step into the future until we complete these tasks, man. Man, I had so much fucking shit just go on in my life, man, that was controlled by other shit for other people just to look at me like, oh, that nigga crazy. That nigga don't know what he talking about. That shit can happen to anybody, but it ain't never happened to nobody. I don't understand y'all passion to destroy another individual's individuality. You can't even see in yourself. Lil Ron. Never trust yourself if you ain't up on your shit. Y'all trusting yourselves and y'all full of everything that somebody else told you were. So are you really trusting yourself, or is that another triangulation tactic? You gotta break free. You know what I'm saying? They took the chains off our ankle and dropped them on the ground. We picked them back up, put them around our neck. Now how that sound? We had no opportunities. All ass out. Gave a nigga a little opportunity. Now his ass all out. They stripped them on a butt-booted nigga and took their kids away. And now they butt-booted niggas shaking ass for paper. Leaving their kids all alone because ain't no man at home. And now they talking through the glass on a two-way phone. 13th Amendment making slaves out of young black men. They trumping up the drug charges, giving them 5 to 10. Instead of tarring and feathering us, strapping us to horses, they tear apart the family for survival choices. Same way, just like them Levi jeans that everybody be wearing, and they got the little horse with the jeans. They used to be a nigga where the jeans at. These are the kind of subliminal things they do. When the motherfucking ice cream truck used to come up the street, man, nigga love a watermelon, ha 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 ha, all in your goddamn neighborhood. How do we know that shit didn't even have nothing in it? For anybody to know that that's that type of shit, them Warner Brothers cartoons used to be on that same shit, man. We participate in this shit, man. These folks that created a conglomerate. All the anti-privacy laws that we used to have, all this shit has been broken. The people who own the satellite company now own the phone company and the motherfucking TV and the video. They own everything. So what they want you to see is what you're going to get because they control it. But they were only able to control it because of the powers that be. Let them get put in a situation like that. But I'm going to tell y'all something, and I'm going to get up out of here. because I don't want y'all to be thinking but I'm no conspiracy theorist or something. But I'm going to put y'all up on something that I want y'all to think about. If you haven't ever paid attention or researched it, look up McAfee. Well, what's his name? John McAfee. Look up this guy and look at the method and strategy that he used to become what he is. And after you do that, compare what you read to Bill Gates. And then, I can't give you the third step yet, but after you do that, then just ask yourself, in the midst of this thing that we going on, why does this method of what was done to a computer by implementing a virus that you have the key to fix all viruses? And then you wonder why, when they finally get this man over here, he becomes deceased. He dead now. Bill Gates and all the motherfuckers, they use his strategy, and everybody, whoever fucked us over, used that man's strategy. And that's as far back as I know. I mean, because I'm talking about computer device. You implement the virus into all devices and say, see, you see the virus you got? So I can protect you from that virus. You see what I'm saying? See, I already got some code that could fix that shit. You know what I'm saying? I can straighten you right on up. Let's see, what if the intent ain't to put the code in you to straighten you right on up? Have it ever been there? They just told you, about 5-7 years? No, it's been more than that, I think. The CDC admitted that, those drugs that they giving them vaccines, they are more volatile to us. And when I say us, they didn't explain to you, when they say us, they mean old blood type, because they're not bringing African people over here to vaccinate them the same way they doing us. You see what I'm saying? But now, at the same time, an old blood type woman created all these people, man. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a lot of people, this double-edged blades, man, it hurts, but get over it. And fucking sit down and have a discussion with people. And then you say, man, look, my folks and them did that shit. My folks and them put me up on this and told me this and that about you and created an idea of what I should have for you. You know what I'm saying? We all had to unlearn the shit that was forcibly taught on us to be right when we didn't know right from wrong. You see what I'm saying? People got us in a vulnerable state. If I can change your language, then if I can change your language, I can change the context of your thoughts with the words that I create for the shit in your language. I can come over here and I can just start naming the shit that you already got names for, Latin names. And if I don't say the Latin name 100 years from now, you don't understand what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? We got to do better than that. We got to be smarter than this. Man, just look up that John McAfee dude. I mean, yeah, he had them young girls out there. He wasn't fucking them though. They were just shitting on the chest in the hammock. But I don't know. That's how Jesus is, I guess, But the idea he created is the idea that has been implemented in every strategy that I've motherfucker acknowledged. You could think up crazy, and you could say this is my opinion. But the only reason why you're going to say that is because you're not going to look it up. You don't care. You don't give a fuck. Because it's going to make you nervous and it's going to get more worries on you. Because then you got to worry about that. And you still got to get that Gucci belt. And them new Jordans finna get ready to come out. So you got to have money to do that. And the rent finna come up. And then, goddamn it, your light bill, goddamn it, just went up to $174 with no explanation when it was $42 every month. But now, this is how it happened for us. And then we just say, well, them folk, they know what they doing. But they robbing folks, man. I sat out here, man, and I sat out here with my own eyes and saw this gas man come over here when they was trying to put that fucking bullshit in the air like they do all the time. They come and they get these out of town contractors on these private contracts. I used to work in the private sector. I know what they doing. I know how much money they getting paid. And they get people that ain't from here that come and do shit here because it's not gonna affect them. You know what I'm saying? They don't, and then some of them they just so blinded that it's so much money that they don't even give a fuck about what the fuck they doing. These people so fucking intelligent and so calculated, they can have these folks out here fucking up everybody, and they'll really be thinking they doing a real service to people. These folks just want money. We out here moving and we killing our own folk for money. Right before they motherfuckers say it was a new virus, man, y'all better start paying attention how fast that motherfucking how fast that damn whatchamacallit was coming through here. That the hell is that? I don't want you, buddy. That motherfucker big, that boy. Look at that motherfucker there. Woo, he got a motherfucker. I don't know. I think we got that South American shit going on around here. But anyway, man, I don't like them bugs like talking about it. Like, especially unidentified flying objects like that. That motherfucker look like he could be a drone or something, though. He got a little yellow some shit on his back. I wish y'all could see this motherfucker, man. But you probably could, though. Let me see. How do I... damn, where you go? Yeah, but I don't know, man. You know. But I be thinking sometimes, you know, they be on some shit like that, too. You know, they been doing that shit, you know, putting a little micro technology on bugs and shit, and you can, like, if you can control a homing pigeon and shit like that with frequency, and now you got these things where you can emit frequency, and you got these little super small transistors and shit, you control these things with these shortwave frequencies over large spans of distances, and if it was pigeons that you could do it to, you know, they looked at other species to see what other species had that same trait. You know what I mean? Yeah, they looked at other species to see what had that same trait. And they could take shit like that. And another thing that I always say that I thought that wasn't coincidence, like, it seemed like when I first started seeing drones and shit, right? Drones was synonymous with fucking light bugs. I ain't seen light bugs down here in a long ass fucking time, right? But when I see a light bug, it's a drone somewhere around that bit. And I don't know, sometimes I be high and I be like, some come to my mind like Project Firefly, like that had something to do with fucking making these little bugs like that. But I've seen some of these little bugs that DARPA do. And I think it's creative because, you know, I'm kind of like, you know, I'm an engineer in my own right, and I like observing these things. I like seeing how these things are built and put together. And I like to reverse engineer shit myself. But like where I come from, I have a lot of people on the same frequency as me. But I know the intuitive thing for me to do, and what I tell myself is, because my peers ain't on my frequency, I shouldn't go to other people just to feel comfortable. I mean, what does this say? We all here together. Everybody got an individual purpose, and we got to stop following other people. And then when we start following other people, then we can get together. Keep letting my blunt go out. Yeah, when we stop doing this, then we could get together, man. And then we could discuss all of these things, and all of these things that people are great at, they could do for themselves. Now, if y'all really want to do something, like I'll be right in my neighborhood. I'm right here on my block, and I'm like on some shit like, we had to start one street at a time, and we have to tell these folk, we don't want y'all over here no more. But at the same time, we got to start handling our own business. We got to stop calling the police to come and solve a problem that you should solve. And you got to make up these rules and shit that people should abide by and things that should happen to them if they don't abide by these rules in your community. And we all have to sit up and agree. Not no emotional men that don't like that dude because he this gang or that gang. This shit is something that's like, it's a need to be done. All of these divisions we doing, that division shit ain't hidden on anything, man. All it's doing is just making groups of people to see that if that group of people start fighting, I'm like them nigga, what the fuck I'm gonna fight with them for? Y'all got to understand these psychological dispositions and these rezoning of morality identifies and the lack of humanity within all of us. You know, real shit. And don't do this shit for no money, man. Don't do it for no money. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But now, if you got to have it to implement things, like I come and I try to do things the right way, in a respectable way, but then they put the roadblocks up to make it harder for you to complete these tasks. So when they make these roadblocks and make it harder for you to complete these tasks, now you feel like the possible could possibly be impossible. You know, and that's at the time when I really just like catch a fire, really, bro. You know, because we wrong. We wrong in our minds, and they wrong for telling us that we right or wrong for anything. They commit crimes and they judge themselves. And then they judge themselves amongst the people who they hurt, regardless of how disrespectful it is or anything. And it just shows you the immorality of our people as a whole. It just shows you how immoral we are. Ain't nobody got no integrity. Ain't nobody want to realize this. And I've been telling my brother who been out here and they been building and growing, that look, we can't be these people, man. We can't keep on doing what we doing and expecting a different outcome. These folks should have listened to the motherfucker. We should, the helicopter man, we should have got the helicopter man to come out here and have a speech at the Million Man March or some shit like that or whatever. Because that dude really gave us the game. And like, we got that common sense and acknowledge that y'all don't even have it. Y'all don't even have that common sense, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, for somebody to be talking shit to you like that and then explain to you what insanity is, bro. And then you come back out here and then you see everybody is insane. And then all of a sudden you start hearing words like feminism, toxic masculinity, witch hunt, all these little keywords, all of this shit came and replaced, like, you remember it used to be obey, obedience, and you know, all them other shits. It's always been these keywords, and these keywords always been like triggers. And we're moving on to new technology where things are above that. You know what I'm saying? Man, y'all can't be scared to link up because it's a lot of people that know a lot of things, and I don't know nothing. But see, the thing is, everybody got to come together for the puzzles to come together. You know what I mean? That's why I used to always say in the music industry, I want to be like a Quincy Jones. Because I myself am a trumpet blower. So I know about the strength and power of music. I've seen the effects of it, you know. So, like getting different people together you know, and for those people to be able to elaborate on the thoughts that they had at those times when they had them, and talk about what inspired them to say those things. And then they sit up and they say this to this other guy. And this other guy said, what? Hold on, wait a minute, bro. You mean to tell me you this and that and that? And then they're like, man, that's crazy. I promise that everybody saying the same shit. But you will never know. Because to get that shit, yeah, it's an order you have to have. And the order, and every order has an oath. You can't break them oaths and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that fucking with them people. But like, shit, it's death before dishonor in all aspects of the game. So shit, if you join with them and then you do shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You agreed to the terms on which binded you. That's why I don't do oaths. I don't do agreements and all that kind of shit. I'm not doing that shit. I don't do it no more. When they came up with this new system after the pandemic was down, after they played like it was all these cyber attacks to steal all the information from the old guys to the new guys and say they were getting hacked and now new people got it, and then they want to call you on the phone and then ask you new questions that was already on your shit. They getting you to resubmit. Like, and we just slow as fuck. It's like, what happened to the fucking Social Security number you had when you took my motherfucking money? Did it change? Or do you want me to admit that that's me? Or do you want me to submit to tie myself to your identity rather than my own? Like, you know, don't make no sense, man. There's a lot of things we be doing, man, that we really should think about. And I want all of y'all, you know, I know a lot of people might be watching this video, but I know y'all be clicking on the video, do you back out real fast? So, you know, people want to know that you, you know what I'm saying, that you trying to educate yourself on something. And I mean, I can kind of understand that a little bit because a lot of problems come with connecting yourself with people like me. A lot of problems come with that because they want to know what I talk about in the privacy of my own people. If I can say what I say in the public to the mass. And y'all know I'm not advocating no hate or race baiting, not as much as society is. And they showing us all these movies and shit like that. Y'all ain't noticed it. And it's like, maybe it's God in you that's manifesting all these things. And y'all sitting down and y'all watching these movies that are letting you know about the atrocities and how evil people can be. And we still trusting that people have our best interests at hand because of the color of their skin. I got people right here in Jackson that be telling me we need a white mayor or we need a white this, that, and the other. But for what? You don't hear what you're saying. You don't see who you are. You think you a man. You a dude boy. You know what I'm saying? You a dude boy. That boy Spot, man, he would call you a big boy Tootsie Pop. Real shit. If you need a motherfucker that ain't never gave you a path to liberation to govern you, and everybody got their own intentions, them folks is getting paid for doing that. If you live there and you love there, and you don't want people to come in and infringe on the liberties and the rights of the people where you live and where you love, you don't allow it. Why shouldn't you be the mayor just because of that? Why I gotta go and apply to be a ruler from an oppressor? Come on. We go to jail for selling dope, but the nigga who brought the first fucking shit over here, he ain't never been to jail. And the motherfuckers he used to fly it. But the motherfucker who, goddamn, was ready to get out of it and get that last little lick and go and spend the rest of their life with their kid, all the motherfuckers got time. Think about it. You only good when you working for them, but you can't let that go. You can't let it go. Y'all gotta let that go, man. We got kids to raise out here. Y'all kids having kids right now because the world's so crazy. And half my brothers out here locked up. And they can't even do nothing. They kids' whole lives is changing. And a man can't do nothing about it. Because he's sitting there locked up and that shit kills a person. That kills a person. And they know that shit. They know it. And they sitting there laughing. And then people be laughing at these people, man, to be expressing their pain and expressing the shit that they feel. But y'all can't talk about these people because y'all ain't never been through that. I done met people, man, who will make me say, I ain't never been through nothing. You hear me? Man, motherfuckers ain't started no motherfucking bottom. Motherfuckers started just well off enough. Just goddamn it, to know that the water not boiling. Y'all gotta pay attention, man. Born in the warm water. Ain't that something? Instead of trying to adjust. But they even did it with the Bible, you know. They changed the color of the person. And then when people say, hey, man, that shit ain't right. You can't do stuff like that. That's disrespectful. When people in other countries got to see what they was doing, they said, man, that shit disrespectful as a motherfucker. You can't do that. So you know what they did? After they had already beat your ass and burnt that shit in your mind, then they take it out. But they don't replace it. People was, all black people was brought over here to Carnival cruise ships from Africa, and it was a million, trillion, bajillion Indians over here, and the white people who came to Jonestown with all the black people on the boat killed the whole world full of Indians, and the rest of them they just put in Oklahoma. And then niggas just started fucking, and babies of niggas took over the United States other than the folks they call Indians. But y'all was brought over here to work for people for 7 years or some shit, and then you could get your freedom or something. But I could have swore it was like the Celts or Irish or some stuff like that. And they was kind of dark, and then people used to say they was kind of dark. But in actuality, they ain't got nothing to do with us. See, that don't got nothing to do with Spanish West Florida. They talk about the 13 colonies. See what I'm saying? And that was a different time frame of indoctrination. You know, that was going on kind of a little bit, you know, that and the Spanish Inquisition was being, you know, pressed at the same time. And I don't know, I'm really trying to see where this, you know, the Central America thing with the Latin thing comes into play. I don't know. They say Latin. I don't know if Latin is, you know, meaning Latavian or whatever, you know, which would probably be like, what, Russian? Some shit like that. But anyway, I don't know anything about all that. They wrote the map, so we have no fucking idea of what any of this shit look like. Everything is some shit that they drew and said we're going to hide it for 50 years, and then a motherfucker going to find it with some dust on it, and we're going to take it out, and we're going to say, oh man, this is what people said that the earth looked like before we had some airplanes and shit. So we couldn't see, like, you know, we ain't know nothing about flying yet because had nobody wrote no book about flying until this time. You know what I mean? But like, they, you know, it was all about that back then. It's a consciousness that we must have, that your spirit tell you that none of this shit goes together. Your spirit tell you that. I know your spirit tell you that. It don't go together. But we take it. Then they went in and they penalized them people for telling them lies in them books about we came from Africa and shit like that. You know, And see, like, you got people over there that did actually come from the transatlantic slave trade. Yeah, a lot of people were, a lot of people had come from Africa. But this was like, you know, in, the Plymouth Rock shit. You know what I'm saying? But like a little, they had, to bring in, the people to populate, and after they learn and steal how you do shit and see you growing tobacco and weed and all that shit, and then act like your friend, then they learn how to do it, then they get people and beat their ass and make them do it and shit like that. But see, the reason why it's like that on the East Coast and in their time frame, those are the motherfuckers that will come to be the Union in the future. You know what I'm saying? Future time. They will be the people that will be the Union. So, when they was creating all these things, they was creating these things with that intent. So, they went over there, man, and they got in with these people and they chopped it, and, they got up under these people's skin. They learned how to do what they was doing, and they was like, oh man, we can make some money off this shit. We can make money off this. And they was playing on people's intelligence, and they was taking that shit back to where they came from, and that shit was building their countries. They countries' whole financial and economic system is built off of people indigenous to this continent. And they'll try to split it up and say it's fucking Canada, North America, Central America, and South America, and Australia, maybe, and Alaska, and Hawaii, and the Caribbeans. That's what it is. But they'll break all of it up into all of this different shit. You see what I'm saying? So now the people in the imaginary lines that they create feel like they are the things that are bound within those lines, and these are the places that these things should be. So now you stay in your place. Y'all better learn about y'all some dark psychology. Y'all gotta learn these things, man. These are the things that y'all really need to be able to be logical and strategic thinkers. You know what I'm saying? But everybody has a role that we must play, in this game. Everybody got a role that we must play. Everybody not going to be the strategist. Everybody not going to be the carpenter. Everybody not going to be the plumber. Everybody not going to be the builder. Everybody not going to, everybody not going to be everything. But all we need is each individual to be one. And then each individual will be well. But y'all did a lot of mean things to a lot of these children in this generation, as well as my generation and the generation before that, and the generation before that, and a lot of people feel funny about the thing that y'all did to them because they went and complained and tried to get it fixed. And the government just said, man, we ain't listen to y'all. Y'all just some niggas. People don't trust this system that they done used to hurt us all and even turn us white against black. And white broke ass people got shit to say about melanated people from this continent. From right here. You know what I'm saying? From all of this. Old blood type people. Most of the time when we got with them folks, man, that's even in the books. They say you got to, if you had one drop that you could breed with if you breed with the white people, you know what I'm saying? You got to breed all the nigga out before you're going to be a Native American. Man, listen, I stayed next door to this lady, man, and she was over the damn, the Choctaw shit out there, man. Man, this lady be in the Corvettes, Hummers, all kind of shit. What kind of motherfucking materialistic ass shit is that? You know what I mean? Like, we ain't even no people like that. You know what I'm saying? We want to ball, but we just want to ball because everybody else got that shit and they showing us, goddamn it, that they like this. We competitive people. We warriors and we soldiers, and above all things, we gods. So you're not going to come up here and show me that you can work hard for something and you can have something and then tell me I can't get it. I would do triple harder than you just to get what you got to show you it ain't shit. But that's a psychological fucking method that they have calculated that we're gonna do. So you tempt the people with shit that they want. You put up the roadblocks for them to get it, but you can't make it where it's a solid punch where you say, hey, it's gonna be a roadblock up ahead and it might stop you for 2 or 3 years or something. You can't do that. But you got to make it a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? And because of that determination that's in your DNA, that's deep down inside you, that strive and that drive that you need, that I'm talking about, that we all need right now, it ain't going to go nowhere. Can't do nothing. You blinded by that desire, you don't give a fuck what you got to go through. But you're going to pull up in that brand new Corvette on their ass, though. I bet you that. You might not pull up tomorrow, but you're going to pull up. And it's that desire that they take advantage of by design. They pre-calculate us and they waiting for us. They say, we're going to do this. Now let's go see what these niggas finna do. And we're going to bust out. We're going to bust out and they're going to say, God damn, what the fuck can we do now? Let's go move over here and call our houses and say our houses is $2.8 million. Oh, niggas gonna come over there where you at? Oh, what you saying? You over here because what? We can't get here? And I mean, it's the same logic with white people. White people only call black people niggas because we say that they can't call us niggas. I mean, it's a rebellion. Rules are meant to be broken. But it's okay for them to break the rules. And it's natural, and you should have an explanation for them to break the rules. But when you break the rules, and you know you're not even breaking the rules, but you breaking the rules that they set and implemented for you, so you feel wrong, but it's not even your judgment. Man, when you in fear, man, you emulate an energy that vampires can motherfuckers smell all around. That's why dogs bark at motherfuckers whose hearts beat fast when a mutt run up on a person. Man, everything in the universe work together, man. If you goddamn listen to me, man, I'll show you something. I can tell you something. But I'm going to tell you like this. There's a lot of things out here that we need to talk about. There's a lot of things that you need to know about you. But you got to accept them things. I got 3 people right now that I'm dealing with in my life. And it's a message for them. And I've given it to them even about 4 or 5 different ways. They hear it, but they be like so self-serving that they don't like, no, but I know I'm doing the right thing. But I was like, how the fuck you know you're doing the right thing? You just motherfucking doing what you're allowed to do. So how is that the right thing? It's a difference between free will and random selection. People have to understand these things. I've been talking about this shit about 10 years, man. When these energies hit me, man, I ain't, just go sit down somewhere and go cower out and, go be a chump and say, you gotta stand tall, man. Regardless of however people say they're gonna feel about you or however they feel about what they thinking about this and that, man, fuck them people. Them people just docile and they stagnant in their own way. And whatever you feel like you should do is what you should do. Ain't no such thing as right and wrong out here. Somebody else created that. You have to create your own commandments, man. And you have to write them commandments on your heart, and what you motherfucking, and what you give out is what you get. Win, lose, or draw. You can't get out here and say, I'm going to rob motherfuckers, and then after I got them to get my money to where I needed to be, then I'm going to stop robbing motherfuckers. You can't do that and then expect for shit to work out for you when you get ready to sit down. Somebody going to rob your goof ass. And you can't get mad. But you might get mad because your ass did that hateful evil ass shit to somebody so long ago, and because of the material, whatever gain you got from that shit got broke people kissing your ass or some shit because they looking at you like you was dumb as a motherfucker before that, and now you got them seem like you got a little standing, and if they had that kind of standing with you, maybe they could use you to get them out of a situation they trying to get out. They don't give a fuck about you. But now, that's how we all are. We all got individual purpose. Anybody call your damn phone, if they call you about some shit, you better believe they got a motive when they call you. When they call you about anything, ain't nobody just call you just to. So no, I'm just picking up the phone. I saw my phone down there and I just called you. And that's bullshit. And you know it and I know it too. Everybody got an intention. When somebody asks you to do something or somebody asks you to take time out of your life and focus on their life for a minute, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what they getting out of it, it ain't your business. But what you sacrificing and what you getting out of it, you know, in the same extent, that's the biggest question. I'm just giving y'all some motherfucking conscious enlightenment for a minute. I'm just trying to make y'all thirsty. But like I say, man, I'm just kicking a little shit. I'll give y'all a little bit of something. I might even drop some shit on the YouTube page and work on this little crypto website. Man, y'all gotta get the MetaMask, Brave browser, Coinbase. They got a Web3 browser, Web3 converter browser, Opera, Firefox, shit like that. Y'all gotta get up on that shit, man. Y'all need to come over to the Web3 where your stuff is decentralized, where people can't mute your words and can't mute your thoughts because it's gonna hurt somebody's feelings, and you can tell the truth and not be persecuted for it. You know, that's the spot. If, you know, that's what y'all want to find. You know, y'all will catch me over there. And if you want a link, man, you can just hit me up and I'll send you a link. And we can do all that. So until then, man, I'm going to holler back at y'all.